Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Peter. I'm going to show you the simple arrays, how to make it and what is it about. So basically array is an object which contains elements of similar data type. It can be string, integer, double, whatever you want. The drill is very simple. We have to declare what type of the data we're going to store in an array. Then we instantiating it. So you have to declare you have to not declare. You have to say what's the size of an array, and in the next step we're going to put some data inside of an array, and after it, of course, we can display the element. Okay, so let's start from the simple Java project. Create a new project, Java project, give it any name. Let's name it first project. Click finish, and inside of the project let's create a Java class. You can give it any name that you like. It will be first class. And we'll put a main method inside so we can run it just from this file. Let's delete the unused comment. And what we have to do first, as I mentioned, we have to specify the data type that we'll store in an array. So in this case, it will be integer. We'll store integers. So integers of an array. And let's give an array a name. So array1. Okay. The next thing we should do is to create an array and specify how long is an array, how many objects it will store. So integer, and we're going to store, let's say, six things inside of it. 6. Okay, so after first steps we have to initialize what the elements inside of the array. So first one, array1, and first element, which has position 0, will have a value of 1. Let's display the elements. The best way to display the elements inside of an array is to use some kind of a loops. I'm going to use a for. So for, it will scroll through the elements of an array from the elements number 0, so the first element, and it will scroll to the elements as long as iterator, so the e, will be smaller than the length of an array. Array1 dot length. Yeah, hoppa. So it's going to scroll through the elements, and at the end of the iteration we're going to add 1. So the iterator will be 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. And once it's the 6, it will be no longer smaller than the array1, so it will stop scrolling. Of course, if we use for, we should specify what this thing is doing. So it's going to display, as I mentioned, so system.out.println, and let print the stuff from an array. So array1, and the elements which is in the current iteration. So element 0, then element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? All those 6 elements. Let's check it out now. Run the file. And this is the output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Simply, isn't it? Of course, we can make things simpler than this. We don't need to type separately every single element of an array. We could do it different ways. So let's delete these guys and this guy as well. We're going to use a brackets, not these ones. And inside of a bracket, let's declare what's inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And let's check out what happens now. It will be the same or different. Run this. And it's completely the same. Let's do something more practical now. Let's say you want to open a car store and store your cars in array. How to do this stuff? First of all, we should create the car class. Let's create a class without main method. Let's name it car. Click finish. And we need to specify what things the car should have, just to make it simpler. The car will have a name, final string name, and also the car will have a price, so we can get the price, so it will be double price. And the rest of the stuff will be created automatically. So go to source, source. Let's create first of all, let's create a constructor. Okay, you have constructor. Now we might use a getters and setters later on, so let's get getters and setters. Generate getters and setters, select all. And also to display the stuff from the car, let's create a toString. So click here, source, and toString. Okay, so we have all these basic things inside. Now we can manipulate the car. So we can create an array of cars. We will not longer use these guys, so let's delay them. So what we want to do, we want to open a car shop and we want to use a car class and store the cars. So we'll be using car, this one, yeah. And now the first group of the cars will be like a Porsche. Equals new car. Let's create a new one. And as we have only the name and the price, name is a string, so it will be like Carrera. And the price is double, so it doesn't really matter. 100,000. Let's add some cheaper car as well. Car from the brand of Fiat. New car. And let's name it Seicento. With price of 1,000. So we added those two guys. We haven't really added them yet to the array, but we created the objects and they will be using the frame from here. What else do we need? As I mentioned before, we need to create an array. So it will be array of cars. Array of cars. Of car. We're going to create array of the stuff in a car. And let's give it a name. Cars. What else do you need? As we use a Porsche and we use a Fiat as well. And we are too lazy to type in every single thing separately. Let's just type in here Porsche and Fiat. By the way, sorry for the noises, this is quite a busy place. It's around the Christmas time. Now we put those two guys into the array. Okay, so once we put them, how are we going to print them out? System.out.println, and then Java will do basically everything for us. So arrays dot, and let's look in here. There should be two strings. Look how many things you can choose. So we just use objects of cars. Let's run it and check it out. What will happen? We got car, which has name of Carrera and price of 100 grams. Also we have a car named Seicento and price is 1000. Where this guys comes from? Of course it comes from this toString method, which is inside of the car class. So if you change this name, if you delete this and here you put car name and car price and run it, see, it has changed. Thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed.